Now, your high school recruiting report with Channel 2's Zach Klein and AJC recruiting expert Michael Carvell.
All right, Michael, let's start off this week's show talking about the Georgia Bulldogs. Right now, the second best recruiting class in the country, only behind Alabama's Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. Let's dive a little deeper into this. We all know about the five stars such as Terry Godwin and Trent Thompson. We all know what they can do on the field, but what about some maybe 3-4-star players? Anybody from the Atlanta area in this group of players?
Well, as you know, Georgia has around 22 or 23 commitments, and nearly 1/3 of those kids are from the Atlanta area. So that's some impressive work by the Bulldogs in the big city. And that's not always easy because so many colleges come through Atlanta. And one Georgia commit that I think is being overshadowed is this guy, Chauncey Rivers, the 4-star defensive end from Stevenson High School. He reminds the Stevenson coaches of Jermaine Cunningham, who now plays for the New York Jets. Chauncey has a big-time motor, and he's just always around the football. And the thing I really like the most about Chauncey is that he's athletic enough to play as many as 4 or 5 different positions at the collegiate level, including tight end. Yeah, most kids project to play only 1 or 2 in college, so I think Chauncey Rivers is really a special player for Georgia.
Yeah, great look at him right there. Definitely has the size, and we saw the speed of him getting off the ball. Now, 2 years ago, we saw the #1 player in the country come out of Grayson High School. It was the first time that Georgia had ever had the consensus #1 player in the country on the high school level go off to college. Of course, we're talking about your favorite man of all time, Robert Nkemdiche. He signed, of course, at Ole Miss. But now, Michael, Grayson has another big-time defensive tackle, and he is going to Georgia. So what can you tell us about Justin Young?
Yeah, I guess I'm still on the Robert Nkemdiche bandwagon. Justin Young's high school coach actually said that Justin was better than Robert Nkemdiche. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it, but you probably don't.
In a few areas, and that's the ultimate compliment because Robert was simply the best recruit out of high school in Georgia that I've ever seen. No doubt about that. Now let's take a closer look at Justin Young. The big guy was obviously not recruited in the same galaxy as Robert, but some of that had to do with the fact that Justin committed so early. He picked Georgia over Clemson and Marshall last March. Justin says he's being recruited to play defensive end for the Bulldogs, but I could see him adding a little bit of weight to play on the interior if needed. SEC football is all about dominating the line of scrimmage, and you need guys like Justin Young to do just that.
Big number 57 right there. Man, he is a load, and he will look good in the red and black in Athens. You mentioned the line of scrimmage. One side you have Sage Harden. Man, this is a big offensive lineman from Marist. An interesting note about Sage is that his father went to Georgia's biggest rival. Of course, that is Georgia Tech. But Sage is going to the Bulldogs. What can you tell us about him? A special talent at Marist.
Yeah, it's been pretty well documented how Georgia missed on some of the state's top offensive linemen this year. It's really a special year for offensive linemen in the state. Now, Sage Harden isn't ranked as high as some of those other guys, but I think in time he could be special too. Sage made tremendous progress with both his skills and body development between his junior and senior years. He's a big kid with a nice frame at 6'6". He's really smart. And Zach, he's got that little mean and nasty streak that colleges love. He's also a little bit underrated as an athlete. He plays for Marist's lacrosse team and moves very, very well. And I tell you what.
6'5" playing lacrosse?
6'6".
Wow, I'd get out of his way.
I tell you what, give Sage a couple of years to develop at Georgia, and who knows, this 3-star may turn out to be much better than all of those other elite prospects. You never know.
Yeah, great stuff, Michael. As always, thanks again for dropping the knowledge, and we'll see you next week.